Hello student, welcome to my channel LP EduTech. Today we are going to start with the poetry section, poem 2.1 entitled as Cherry Tree from standard 11th English. So stay tuned, stay together and please subscribe to my channel for getting all the updates. Stay tuned. So today we are going to start the poem Cherry. To the original poem, we have icebreakers activities in the beginning. Now let us see. It's quite simple. It is just to make you familiar with the poem or the content. Trees are revered because we worship our trees. But why do we worship? Because what are the things that tree gives us? That we are going to note it down. One example is given to you. Now tree gives us a joy. Okay, they give a joy. Again, they give us fruits, they give us flowers, they give us oxygens. So these things you can write it down here, and many more things which are associated with the trees that are helpful to us, that you can mention it. Next one. Now here we have a column A that shows your involvement in a growing a tree as well as the stages in the life of the trees. Column B shows the feelings you experience at all the stages. Now match them appropriately. Okay, how are we involved with the growing of tree and our actions towards tree, what it indicates, that we are going to mention. It's quite simple. Look at the A column. You planted a sapling. Why do you plant a sapling? So what it indicates? By sapling a plant, you wanted to make a humble beginning. So that is the indication of it. Answer is E. Okay. Answer is E. You wanted to make a humble beginning. Next, you wanted the plant. You wanted the plant. It indicates what? That you care for it. You water the plant, you give water to the plant. It indicates that you cared for it. So here answer is G for second. Then number 3, you saw the shoot for the first time. What is your feeling when you saw the shoot first time? Answer is B. The new experience brought excitement to you. The new experience brought excitement. Number 4, you fence the plant. You fence the plant. That means you give compound to the plant. You just make it secure. It indicates what? Your motive was to protect it. You wanted to protect, so therefore you give it. So F. Answer is F. You fence the plant. Next, the tree had birds too. The tree had birds too. 6 number it is, and its answer is 1. It gave you feeling of joy to see the promising future. So number 6 answer is A. Next, and the last one, 7th. Birds made a nest on the tree which was fully grown and laden with the flowers. Answer is C, only one left. That means you were happy and satisfied because you experienced what you had often heard. The small beginnings can lead to great achievement. So these are the answer. I just made it in this way. You can write your answers very properly. Information about the poet Ruskin Bond. Born in Kasoli, Himachal Pradesh in 1934, Ruskin Bond has written hundreds of short stories, essays, novellas, and many more and more than 30 books for children. His first novel, The Room on the Roof, that is his first novel, A Room on the Roof, written when he was 17, received the John Lowell's Rhymes Memorial Prize. At the age of 17, he has written this novel The Room on the Roof, and for this he has received the John Lowell Rice Memorial Prize in 1957. He has also published 2 volumes of autobiography, Scenes from a Writer's Life and The Lamp is Lit, a collection of essays and episodes from his journal. In 1992, he received the Sahitya Akademi Award for English Writing in India. So this is the cover page of the famous book. When he was at the 17th age, he written this, The Room on the Roof. Looking for the Rainbow by Ruskin Bond, The Adventures of Rusty, The Tree Lover, and more collection of his writing. He received the Sahitya Akademi Award for English Writing in India. Even he was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999. These are the 3 major awards: Padma Shri, Padam Bhushan and Padam Vibhushan. Out of these 3, he has received the Padma Shri award in 1999. Ruskin Bond lives with his adopted family in Mussoorie, Uttarakhand. The poem Cherry Tree is about the poet's ecstasy, that is joy, over a tree which he planted, which took 8 years to grow. He is expressing his wonder at the ways of nature and how the cherry blossoms are fragile and quick to fall. The tree gives him immense joy as he can see the stars and the blue sky through dappled green trees. So this is the poem about his own experience, that what he felt after planting a cherry tree, and it took 8 years to grow, and he really amazes at the fight which is taken by this cherry tree to grow against all the calamities of the nature. The tree gives him the immense joy as he can see the stars and the blue sky through dappled green trees. Thus the poem Cherry Tree is written by Ruskin Bond is about the poet planting a cherry seed that grows into a blossoming tree over a period of 8 years. In this poem, the poet describes the incidents in the aforementioned time span vividly, that is clearly, and extensively talks about wonders of nature. So let us start with the poem. 8 years have passed since I placed my cherry seed in the grass. Must have a tree of my own, I said. I watered it once and went to bed and forgot, but cherries have a way of growing. Now in these few lines, what he says, the poet says that 8 years have passed since he buried the cherry seed in the ground. So 8 years span is over, because he wanted to have a tree of his own. He wanted his own cherry tree, therefore he planted the seeds. The poet would water the plant once and then go to bed. He was just watering the plant and go to the bed, forgetting that in order for the cherry plant to grow, it needs a special care. But he forgot that if he really wanted to grow the tree, it needs some special care. Though no one caring very much or knowing, and suddenly the summer near the end of May, I found a tree had come to stay. Now, however, what he says, however, it was not being cared for much because nobody knew about the weeds. Even he grew, actually he wanted to grow the tree, he planted the seeds, but he did not know much about growing the plant, and it was not taken care properly. Nevertheless, near the end of month of May, the seeds turned into a plant. That's when the poet realized that a tree would grow from the seeds that he had planted. After when he saw the trees which is grown, then only he realizes that a tree would grow from the seed that he had planted. It's quite amazing and joyful. It was very small, 5-month child, lost in the tall grass running wild. Goats ate the leaves, the grass cutter scythe, split it apart and monsoon blight, shriveled the slender stem, even so. Now what these line indicates? It was only a little shoot, as just 5 months had passed. So it was just small plant of 5 months. It was so small that it got lost in the tall grass that covered the land. So it was invisible in the grass. Compared to its height, the height of the grass was more. The goats ate the leaves, and the grass cutter split the stem into the two with his scythe. The grass cutter, the person who was cutting the grass, he cut it. He split the stem into the two with his scythe. Now, during the monsoon season, a fungal plant disease dried up its slender stem. And during the monsoon season, there were the fungi plant disease that dried up its slender stem. Next spring, I watched 3 new shoots grow. The young tree struggle upward thrust, its arms in a fresh fierce lust for light and air and sun. Though the plant had dried up, in a season of spring next year, the poet saw 3 new shoots grow where the dried plant used to be. The young tree struggled to rise upward, reaching energetically for fresh air, light, and more sun. Though the plant had dried up in the season of the spring, the poet saw the 3 shoots grow where the dried plant used to be. That means they are struggling, they are rising upwards, reaching energetically for the fresh air, lights, and more sun, even though nobody is taking care. But how it is struggling against the calamities of nature and growing on its own. That's amazing thing. I could only wait as one who watched, wondering, while time and rain made a miracle from a green growing pain. The poet could do nothing but to wait and watch the tree while time, that is season, and the rain played their roles to help it grow. The poet says he did not have anything in his hand, as he has to wait when the nature will play the roles to help it grows. The plant grew almost miraculously, as it was too stubborn to give up. But that was the zeal of the plant, that was the energy of the plant, that was his wish to survive that made a miracle, and it was too stubborn to give up. It at any cost, anyhow, he has to grow. He know it very well. I went away next year, spent a season in Kashmir, came back thinner, rather poor, but richer by a cherry tree at my door. The next year, poet went off to stay in Kashmir for a season. Now, when he returned, he was thinner and rather poor looking, but felt very rich at heart because he had a cherry tree outside his house now. Even the poet went to the Kashmir and there was nobody to take care. It was the zeal, it was the wish of the cherry tree to grow that made it grown. And poet feels so much happy. The plant has grown outside his house now. Poet feels so much happy by looking at the grown cherry tree near to his house, outside the house now. 6 feet high, my own dark cherry, and I could scarcely believe it a berry, ripened and jeweled in the sun, hung from a branch, just one. The poet was proud of the dark cherry tree and that had grown 6 feet tall. And he could hardly believe that it held a berry that was ripe and jewel like. The berry it had The poet was so much happy to see it that it was ripe and jewel-like. That means it was shining in the sun. It was just one cherry hanging from a branch. We were just looking at it, there was one cherry just hanging to the branch. And next year there were blossoms small, pink, fragile, quick to fall, at the merest breath, the sleepest breeze. That means next year the tree was full of little flowers that were pink in color, weak and ready to fall at the slightest breath or the lightest breeze. So the tree was full of little flowers that were pink in color, weak and ready to fall at the slightest breath. Even though very small breeze is moving, light breeze is moving, lightest breeze, it is able to fall. So it is that much ripen. I lay on the grass at ease, looking up through leaves at the blue, blind sky at the finches as they flew, and fitted through the dappled green. The poet lay on the grass lazily. He was just laying on the grass, gazing up and looking through the leaves of the cherry tree at the blue sky. That means he is looking at the sky through these leaves of cherry trees, at the birds as they flew around the branches. So he was so much happy to look at the sight. He was just looking at the sky through the branches, through the cherries, and even he was so much happy to looking at the birds moving around the cherry trees, chirping. While bees in an ecstasy drank, bees in an ecstasy, that is an overjoy, they drank of nectar from each bloom, and sun sank swiftly, and the stars turned in the sky, and moon moth and singing crickets, that is small insects, and I praise the night and stars and tree, that small the cherry grew by me. Here the poet is happily kept collecting nectar from the flowers as the sun set down. The bees are very happily kept collecting the nectar from the flowers as the sun set down. The sky became dark as the night fell, and the stars became visible in the sky. The moon moths and the crickets joined the poet in praises of the night, the stars and the cherry tree. So the poet is not only one, he has the bee with him, he has the moon moth and the crickets, small crickets, that joined the poets in praises of the night and stars and the cherry tree. They praises the star, night and the cherry tree that poet has planted, and all are very happy along with the poet. Now the poet marvels at how the little seed sown by him had now grown as a tree in a full blossom. So at last poet feels so much happy by looking at the tree which is grown now and in a full blossom cherry tree loaded with the cherries around it. So at last the poet becomes so much happy at the sight of this grown, mature cherry tree at his door. So here, and he has all the birds, bees and moths and crickets playing around the trees along with the poet. So here our poem ends. If you really like my videos, please like, share and subscribe it. Thanks for watching.